Hey guys, so today's video, day 6, February 6, 2021. I know I have the same clothes on, but like I told you, I'm recording the videos for the weekend. Today we're going to talk about the Loas spirits, okay? In the same way that I said that Orisha spirits are spirit of nature. Oshun, the spirit of the sweet rivers. Yemaya, the Orisha of the oceans, okay? Shango rules over fire, lightning, thunder, storms, Oya, so on and so forth, right? Same thing applies with the Loa. Okay, Ogun of voodoo, because we have an Ogun in voodoo as well, various Oguns in voodoo, rules over precious metals. Okay, in Haiti, sometimes they have statues and sometimes they actually have the metals, right? Cuisine. Okay, I know my pronunciation of his name isn't the greatest, but cuisine, right? Best way I can pronounce it. He rules over the land, like he lives in the country. He's a farmer, right? He's good for business, drawing money to you, so on and so forth. But he rules over farmland. That's what he used to do. Spirit of nature, right? So some people will have, his famous bag, his hat that people would wear, from the peasant population, in the woods, in the countryside, so on and so forth, okay? Danto has her knife, Masaka has the bull's horn because he is the spirit of the bull. He is part bull, part human, so on and so forth. So La Serene rules over the ocean, as does her husband, okay, as does her husband, Agwe. So you know what I mean? So it's like in the same way, these are also spirits of the land and spirits that are very similar, if we're going by European standards, to Fey energies. They're not really God and goddesses either. They believe in one supreme God, again, Haitian voodoo, supreme God, and that these Loas are assigned different tasks to help humanity in this life, because the supreme being is only really caring about the condition of your soul and the afterlife, not really concerned with the everyday mundane, because God was never a human. Okay, so the Loas, who are extensions of Creator, are the ones that help us and the ones that we pray to on everyday life, but they're not worshipped, they're venerated, they're honored. You work with them as the same respect you will have for your elders, that type of thing, but you don't worship them. Okay, they are your allies, they work with you. And another misconception that I see a lot is this misconception that everything's the same, everything's one source. No. The Loas come from different tribes that are people that were brought here in ships, so from the motherland Africa, into various parts of the world. The Dahomey people were the ones that worked with the Loa, and the Yoruba people worked with the Orisha. And sometimes there were tribes that would fight with each other. In the New World, not so much, because, the tribes started mixing with each other, so on and so forth. So you have a lot of descendants of the diaspora that are mixed African lineage, not just one main tribe. And that's why we started infusing different spirits into these traditions that were created uniquely here in the New World. But Loas have always been understood traditionally to be different than Orishas. Okay, they are different energies. They are different. I know my mambo always said the Orisha are effective, but some are slower to work. Whereas the Loa, the Haitian Loas, are a lot of times, most of the spirits are hotter spirits, quicker to work. With the Orishas, a lot of divination is performed before you would do certain things. And in voodoo, not always. You know what I mean? So they're completely different energies from completely different practices, right? Just like a saint is not the same thing as an angel, and an angel isn't the same thing as a saint. A Orisha and a Loa are completely different. I notice when I do readings for people and guides come through, more people will have a little bit of understanding about the Orishas, but when I say the word Loa, they're like, huh? So a lot of people, so Loas, also the thing about Haitian voodoo, it's very closed. So a lot of people don't know what Loas are, but yeah, Loas are, pretty much ancestral spirits. A lot of them, when you go to Haiti, there's a lot of rituals that are performed in the cemetery, because you actually go to the cemetery for Barom Samedi. He has like his specific area that he's designated. A good example for people that are far to the west, in Louisiana, you have the gravesite of Mary Laveau, and people petition Mary Laveau. So a lot of Loas were also human people that have ascended into Loa. So again, very different energies. These are more ancestral, and in some parts, nature spirits. Okay, you have a whole nation of the Guedes that are literally the spirits of the dead. Barom Samedi, Madame Brigitte. You also have Madame Brigitte. Speaking about that, Loas can also be multicultural. Madame Brigitte is actually an Irish white woman with red hair. A lot of people say she is actually the goddess Bridget that, ascended into becoming a Loa in Haitian voodoo. I know there's a version of the goddess Bridget that's a saint, the Saint Bridget too, as well. But she, in voodoo, she is the wife of Barom Samedi. Barom Samedi is a black man. Okay, so, and Guedes could be Taino Guedes. Some of the semis have been synchronized with Loas as well. So it depends on what spirits is in your court and all of that. So there is some multiculturalism, because the Tainos were the ones that helped to co-create with the enslaved African population in Haiti, the Veves. Okay, same thing in Santeria. There are Taino influences within the Santeria religion. That's why El Indio spirit, in my experience from where I practice, they have Indian spirits in Haitian voodoo that are Native American as a homage to the Taino people, and as well as in some houses, not all, and as well as Santeria too. As much as they honor La Madama, they also do honor, okay, the Indio spirit, okay, the Indio court, as a homage to our Taino ancestors. Again, Ezili Danto fought on the behalf of the Tainos because of what they did, as well as her own people, and things like that. So yeah, so Loa, Orisha are separate. Papa Legba is not Elegua. Papa Legba is not Lelegua. La Seren, who's a siren, is not the same as Yemaya. In some houses, we are taught that Yemaya and La Serena are actually cousins. If you have a cousin, you are not the same person as your cousin, right? Even if you're within the same family, your mother or your father is separate from you. We are separate entities, separate beings, separate spirits in their own right and in their own way. So I wanted to make that video because I continue to see this misconception of people like, yeah, they'll have an Elegua head. Elegua Papa Legba. I'm like, no. And I always tell my students, you have to create separate altars. You have to go through Elegua to go through the Orishas. You have to go through Papa Legba to go through the Loa. You can't infuse that. These are separate practices, okay? All right, my loves. So that's this video about the beautiful Loa of Haitian voodoo. Much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and until the next video, bye.